So this is a percentage profit and loss question. So the question reads, by selling a car for €14,400, a dealer would lose 4% on the purchase price. And it asks to work out the following. What did the dealer pay for the car originally? And find his percentage profit if he had sold the car for €17,250. So the first thing we notice is this percentage here, which is a 4% loss. And if he sells the car for 14,400, he's making a 4% loss. So what we can work out is that this price here is going to be equal to, in percentage terms, it's 100% minus the 4%. So it's equal to 96%. So what we can say, the way we can kind of lay this out then, we can say that 96% is equal to 14,400 euro. All we know from the question is that this guy or lady or whoever it was made a loss of 4%, and they made a loss by selling the car at this amount. So we can work out that basically this was a 4% loss, so therefore it's a 96%. It's 96% of the price that he actually paid for the car. So we can write it like this: 96% is equal to 14,400. Now what we want to work out is, well, what was 100%? How much did he actually buy the car for, or what did the dealer pay for the car? So this is 96%. So we want to work out what's 100%. Now the way we can do that is we can find out what 1% is. So we basically look at this 96% and we think, what can I divide this by to turn it into 1%? So I can divide this by 96. So I'm dividing this by 96, and if I divide this by 96 to keep this balanced as well, I have to divide this side here by 96 as well. 96. So that will tell us then that 1%, so 96 divided by 96 is just going to give us 1%, is going to be equal to 14,400 divided by 96, which is equal to €150. So it's €150. So we've worked out that 1% is going to be equal to €150. If 96% is 14,400, then 1% is actually equal to €150. Now what we want to do is we want to bring this up to 100%, so back up to 100%. So we want to work out what is 100%. How do we do that? So what do I multiply this 1 by to bring it up to 100? Well, I have to multiply it by 100. So I multiply it by 100. And if I multiply this side by 100, I also have to multiply this side by 100 as well. So multiply by 100. So multiplying 1 by 100 gives me 100%, and then multiplying 150 by 100 gives me 15,000. So it's equal to 15,000 euro. So then in answer to this question here, so we can say that what did the dealer pay for the car originally? So the dealer paid 100%, which is 15,000. So that's how much he actually paid for the car. So the answer to part 1 is 15,000. Now, and we can see that he's made a loss by selling it at 14,400, okay, and that loss is 4%. So we want to work out, the second part is we want to find his percentage profit, so percentage profit. If he had sold the car for 17,250, so if he sold the car for this amount instead of selling it for this amount, like how much profit would he have made? So what we can do is we can use a basic formula. So percentage profit, I'll just write this here. So percentage profit is equal to the profit divided by the cost price multiplied by 100 over 1. So we need all of these parts here. So the cost price is this. So this is what he's paid for, and this is what we worked out in part 1. Okay, so the cost price is 15. So is 15,000. That's the cost price. To work out the profit is going to be equal to like how much he could sell it for. So for example, if we're sticking with this amount here and how much he bought it for, the difference between those. So it's going to be 17,250 minus 1,500. So profit in this case is going to be 17250 euro minus the cost price, which is 15,000 euro. And these subtracted from each other is equal to 2,250 euro. So 2,250 euro. So that's the profit. That's the profit that if he was to sell the car, if he bought the car for this amount and he was to sell the car for this amount, that's the actual profit that he would make. But what the question asks you for is the percentage profit. So we have to write this as a fraction of the cost price. So we can just take these values and put them into this formula here. So it's going to be the profit, which is 2,250 divided by the cost price. So the cost price is 15,000 multiplied by 100 over 1. And if we multiply these by each other, that's going to be equal to 15%. So 15%, so in answer to part 2, so this is your answer to part 2. So if he was to sell the car for 17,250, he would make a profit of 15%. So that's a typical percentage profit and loss type question that you can be asked for in the higher level junior cert paper.